ain't lived or seen nothing if you haven't seen somebody get drop kicked. Like this was WWE. He walked up and jumped up in the air and just boom. Oh, shit.
You give me a vibe and a feeling like one I won't ever see again. This music, like I said, she won't heal it. Like one I won't ever see again. We blow the smoke.
Hello, my queens and kings. It's your girl Maroon Nikki back again, time again with another video. Okay, so I'm back with a prison video. I will be adding a video to my prison segment once a week, so feel free to check out that playlist if you haven't already. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and push the post notification bell so you can receive a notification of my post when I post. Make sure to check in with that playlist weekly because there will be a video up once a week for that segment. Now, if you're interested in this prison story time, stay tuned because baby, I got some tea for you. Let me tell you something about working in a prison. Like I've said before, I enjoyed working at a prison due to the fact that it was always something going on. I don't like a job where it's the same thing every single day. That job was entertaining to me and it kept me on my toes because there's always a reason to be on your toes. There's never a day where something is not happening that's different from the day before. Let's talk about this particular story time. Like the title says, this man got drop kicked. Dead ass. I'm not even joking. Let me give you the rundown. Let me give you the little rundown because you know I gotta do it. And if you find this video enjoyable, make sure you push the like and comment and let me know which part you enjoyed the most because I won't know if you like it if you don't say nothing. You have to speak up. All right, so boom. I was working in the building, right? I was training. I wasn't a certified officer yet because I haven't gone to the academy. So they would send us to shadow over other officers. I was working this building, shadowing an officer in the booth. Like I've said in my other videos before, when you're working on the floor like that, it's 160 inmates, 80 on one side, 80 on the other side, and it's broken up into half. So if you're on the left side, you can't see what's going on the right side and vice versa. One officer is in charge of seeing everything going on the floor for all 160 guys. And the other officer has to stay in the booth and monitor the cameras and document things. Let me describe the floor dynamic. The one side that this situation happened on is dominantly Hispanics over there, okay? And a lot of them are involved in gang activity. So you can see where I'm going with this. Everything was going perfectly fine, all right? We were having no problems. For real, you can't see when something's brewing on the cameras if you're working the booth because it's too many people. You're really trying to keep account of 160 guys. Every movement, like it's gonna be too much on you. And me on top of that, you're teaching me things. You're definitely not gonna see when something's brewing for real. He's talking to me and he's showing me stuff on the cameras and he's showing me how the buttons work and everything like that. As he's talking to me, this one guy walks up down the aisle. So there's no cells in this facility. It's just a bunch of bunk beds lined up. This strong ass, let me describe this man. He was tall, mixed. He looked like he was very fair skinned. I want to say he was like really light skinned, bald headed. He did have a little bit of crazy in his eyes. I do remember. And he was strong. He looked like a little light skinned Mr. Clean. There's this dude sitting in his chair, just chilling, leaning back against his bunk like this. And I kid you not, he walked up and jumped up in the air and just boom. Kicked him in his face, bro. You ain't lived or seen nothing if you haven't seen somebody get kicked in 4K. You ain't lived or seen nothing if you haven't seen somebody get drop kicked. Like this was WWE in 2020 vision. I'm telling you, this was not a joke. He kicked him with his two big ass hooves. That's what it looked like. Boom, right to the face.
A la verga.
He falls back. So when he was leaning in his chair and he kicked him back, he fell into the metal rod of his bunk. So instantly, blood everywhere, splashed everywhere. It was a big old like puddle. He down on the ground like this, laying and he twitching and shit. He's bleeding everywhere. When it happened, I saw that shit. I was like, oh! Oh! Yeah. As soon as he did that, I feel like that shit low-key started a war because he started running. He ran to the back because he lived in the back of the building and this dude was in the front. He ran to the back by his bunk. a bunch of little short Hispanic guys just start grabbing chairs and they screaming, like going crazy. And they were just running up and down the aisles. So he took other people's chairs and trash cans and he barricaded himself, like blocking off the area. So the wall is right here, his bunk is right here, and he was in the middle, and he was backed up against the wall, and he had his chair in his hand, and he was pretty much like telling like come with it, like what's up? So they started screaming, like going crazy, throwing chairs, and they start like trying to attack this man. It was like 1 versus like 30 of them. My officer on the right, he calling for backup. He can't even speak. He shaking and twitching and shit. He getting scared. He cracking under pressure because it's getting real. The other officers on the other side, he can't even see what's going on this side. So he doesn't even know this shit is popping off, okay? He's trying to tell him to go through the other side. It's getting crazy. A lot going on. He called up for backup. All of a sudden, they trying to pull up, but you know, the officers at my facility be taking a little long time because a lot of them be out of shape. So they be huffing and puffing, they be winded by the time they pull up to the scene. So he called for backup and they're like, copy, copy. Everybody like, en route. Shut down the boulevard. They, I see the most athletic ones, they booking, bro. Boom, 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 boom. And you can see them from outside. It was crazy. They pulled up. And they had to break everything up. They had to take him out the building, okay? Because they was about to beat the shit out of him. Like, it was not a joke. He was gonna get dragged in that motherfucker. My dude's still sitting on the ground, twitching and bleeding. Nobody's tending to him. They really trying to go hard about their respect over there in the corner. He's just bleeding out. So we had to get medical in there. We had to call the ambulance to come have him escorted out to go seek medical help. Then we had to have the hazmat people come in and clean the blood splatter, all that stuff. So we had to give our statements and stuff like that. And I just didn't even know what to say because I was just like, he just walked up and drop kicked him. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. And then everybody started chasing him with chairs and started hollering all loud. And that was that. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I never seen nothing like it. He just got bodied in 4K. Like, I don't know what to say. Everything died down. The officers, and including myself, had to give our statement and stuff like that. And they just kept on going as it was after everything got cleaned up. So the next day during formation, they told us that it was really a gang situation. It was Latin King versus MS-13s. So I don't really know how true that was or whatever, but that's what they told us during muster or formation. And that's what it was, and we just kept them moving. They told us to keep our eye out to make sure that there's no retaliation or nothing pops off or nothing goes crazy in there, and that's what we did. But yeah, y'all, they be wildin' at the prison. They be wildin'. I'm telling you, the fights I've seen, like, that's just a small thing. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all about the stuff that I be seeing. I'm giving it to y'all in doses, okay? It's crazy. Y'all gonna be like, what? Where did that person be like, yeah? Yes. So anyway, I hope you found this video enjoyable, okay? And don't forget to comment on this video if you liked it. Share it with your friends if you liked it. My queens and kings, I want y'all to stay blessed and stay royal. And I will see you in my next video. So, bye-bye.